So here we have identified actual things that were witnessed as exploding, that were going boom. Yeah, I don't doubt there's sounds of explosions.
Yeah.
Bombs go boom, but not everything that goes boom is a bomb.
Yep.
And if it was bombs going boom, bombs blow things into chunks, and the chunks go flying. The chunks don't turn into dust in mid-flight.
No.
Also, explosions are accompanied by high heat and flashes. You see a flash when it goes off, and there's of course my favorite clip of something that's missing. If you had nukes or if you had bombs going off, enough bombs to destroy 110-story buildings or 47-story buildings, there's something missing on 9/11. Here's what it is. Blinded by the light. That'll stick in your memory. With thermite is used to weld railroad tracks and other things, and it puts off blinding light. Where was that blinding light?
Well, you want there.
Nukes,
there was a few.
Nukes.
There's a few strange fires, but they could
but
be
that's
anything.
not blinding. Yeah, it wasn't blinding light. It looked like fires, and it's it's tempting to call them fires, but then we're not going to look at what they really are because we're going to assume they're fires. That's what this is like a magic show. It's just you have to prove everything. You know, when you go to court, you have to prove that the charging somebody with murder by gunshot. Okay, you have to prove that he held the gun in his hand, that there's evidence that on the palms of his hand that he'd shot a gun, that the bullet found in the victim matches the same kind of bullet that comes out of that gun, and all these details that absolutely connect him to the crime. So assuming, well, we know he owns a gun, so therefore he killed this guy. You can't do that. If you start looking, though, at this, the kind of evidence you would need to prosecute this in court, you start seeing what really happened, because you're no longer solving an assumed problem. And so there's an enormous amount of really, really strange things.
Well, just to talk about the strange fires, today I was watching videos on YouTube where people putting steel wool inside a microwave, and it appears that the wool's on fire. Well, it's steel. It's actually just nothing else in there but just winds of steel or whatever steel wool's made out of, and you can't burn that. It's like, but yeah.
Well, it does. It does. It doesn't burn like a piece of paper does, but if something is hot enough, it glows. And so if the microwave is affecting it in such a way that it's making it do that, it would appear to be glowing. But again, hot things glow, but not everything that glows is hot. Now, see if you can name something that glows that isn't hot. Like a firefly? Do you have those in England, fireflies?
No, we don't, but I'm surrounded with them in Thailand.
Ah, so you've seen them there. Okay. They glow, but they're not hot.
Well, the first time I saw them, I was so shocked. I ran and got my wife, and I said, "You've got to come and see this." And she just went, "Oh, flies," and just walked away like, oh, she's grown up with them, so, it's just...
Last year, we didn't see so many around here. It's like the bees that are going away, but this year the bees were coming back more, and fireflies were too. So it was a nice sight. Around dusk or just after dark, you see these, they kind of like a strobe. It's on and then off, as they're flying around.
Yep. The other example you use is the light bulbs.
Yep, a fluorescent light bulb and an incandescent light bulb. They both glow, but only one of them is really hot. Would you unscrew an incandescent bulb with your bare hands that had been on for a long time? Yeah, you'd burn your hands.
Absolutely.
But a fluorescent light you can take out while it's been on for a while. It might be warm, but it's not gonna. It's not. They're glowing for different reasons, and the fluorescent bulb has a kind of a plasma in it that gets excited, and that's where it puts out the light from there, instead of from luminescence coming from heat from the tungsten filament inside the incandescent bulb. So they're glowing for different reasons. So let's compare the two: a fluorescent light and incandescent light. One's hot, one's not. So everything that glows isn't necessarily hot. Yeah, hot things do glow, but not everything glows. It's hot. Fireflies is a perfect example. There's a process going on there. Same with fluorescent light bulb. So you see this thing that looks like a fire. Well, any other day you just assume it's a fire, but because we're being real careful, like making sure we can find the fingerprints of the guy on the gun, you look at it and you went, wait a minute, the plastic isn't burning. You got this police car, it's just all toasted inside, but the lights on top, they're polycarbonate that, start melting at like 100 degrees. They're not melted. How's that? It's a different.
You've got images of these on your website, haven't you?
Yep, it's even on the AHA page. You can find that.
I'll post a few of those in.
Yeah, that's let's see. J is toasted cars. If you go there, figure 56, you see the plastic lights on top of the police car, and you see it's just nothing left inside that car. It's just totally toast. And it's just some rustified metal, but. But the back tire is nice, and the paint job in the back end is nice. Looks like it came off showroom floor. The trunk lid's open. Makes you wonder.
57.
Yeah, 56. You can see the lights.
Yeah, I'm going to put 57 in because it's got that shiny circle as well.
But let's do 56 first.
Okay.
Because 56. You see, look on the roof. If you had, if this is an oven inside and you're just having some rip-roaring fire in there, why are those plastic lights still intact? Some of them on the other side are toasted, but the ones right above the passenger side in the front seat, right above the roof there, they're not melted.
Absolutely.
And then now let's go to the other picture, 57.
Yep.
Let me first say something. The detractors say, oh, it was towed, so it doesn't matter what happened to it. There's some cars on FDR Drive that were not towed there, that were toasted, and we have eyewitnesses to them. I don't say a car got toasted where the photograph was taken unless I know that. But the day after 9/11, are they playing musical cars all over Manhattan? And why are people focused on that? We have pictures of at least, several hundred cars while they're toasting where they are. There's the toasted car park and then also up and down West Broadway. Other ones we're not sure of, but these ones, I don't know where they're toasted, but look at what the weirdness is here. Yeah, so you see that circular spot. Fires, when they burn, you have black, white shades of gray. Totally burned, not burn at all, with a transition zone in between. You don't have something that's totally toasted and 1 nanometer over, it's pristine. How do you have that circular spot there? Toasted, not toasted. It's just, taking the evidence. But look at the nice tire back there. And it looks like they have, the fill cap for the gas tank is back there. It didn't explode, but you have this nice tire there, fully inflated. And what about the tire on the front end? You get nothing there. You just have the rim. No as ifs or buts about it. It's just gone. And there's other ones where the window frame is just flopped out. It isn't this one, but some other ones that are weird like that. So, it's just, you see a pattern, and it isn't necessarily, it's people can say, well, I've seen burnt cars. There's a difference. If you look at that other picture, which was it, 56?
Yep.
Look at that picture, and look at where the front windshield sits, the seating for the front windshield. You don't have a single scrap of glass left. Not even the seal. It's as though, somebody's sandblasted for a paint job. It's really, other ones that are more clean looking this, but you don't have any scraps of glass there. That's weird.
Yep. There's plenty of cars with completely clean of the glass.
Yep. Burnt cars, from car fire, they generally have, pieces of something left in the corners. But it's just like something that removed all of the glass. And the windshield and the side window.
I want you to just go through the justification, not the justification, sorry, the terminology.
Hang on, one more car, figure 59. That one 59. Really looks like, looks like it's been spray painted. I mean, sandblasted for a new paint job. That seating for the, there's not even any dings in this one. Look, there's nothing left. You see
it's
it?
got clean windows as well. Yeah, I'm posting it into the chat room now. Its windows are completely clean.
The swamp toast picture.
Yep.
And that's from, I call it the swamp. That's, you can see why. It's, 1 block north of where Building 7 had been. That's West Broadway. For like 4 blocks, every car is toasted in some manner or other all along there. Not completely toasted necessarily, but look at the car right behind this one. What happened to the engine compartment? We don't know, but it looks like something happened to it. And you get that toasted bus, but look above the toasted bus. Green leafy trees. If you have some rip-roaring fire there, why isn't it, burning the trees?
Absolutely.
These are subtle things, but the trick is don't jump to an answer. Just take in the data, and the data will tell you what happened. Don't tell the data what it's supposed to show you. You look at what it's telling you.
I just want to completely shift gears for a minute and just talk about the thermite and the numerous names and the dates that they've come out with these names, because to keep this, when you presented your information.
Do you have that list? Do you have that list that I gave that link to the page?
I know you did, but I can't find it. So I'm hoping you could just point me at it again.
Let's see. It's if you go to my website, then you go to the Critics Corner.
Okay.
And then, or from the homepage, you can open Critics Corner. Whoops.
I put it.
And then from there, you'll see scientific or something. I think it's there. Let's see. I've probably got a little bit slower. Let's see. Oh, history. Here it is. History repeats true science versus the official truth movement. Okay. I think it's that one. Yep. That's the one it is. It's near the top of that list.
It's got it.
Yeah, you got it? Okay, I'll put in a window just to...
Right. So, when you presented your evidence, have you ever changed your evidence?
No, I start out general, like, okay, people, give me a hard time about the Greg Jenkins thing. I don't see anything in there that I need to retract.
Okay.
I was just starting to point out the evidence. They said, what kind of energy? What kind of energy? I don't know, we haven't gotten there yet. We're just looking at the evidence.
In December 2005, they called it thermite. Yep. I'll let you carry on.
Oh, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Anyway, March 2006, liquid aluminium has a property that is silvery, rather like aluminium foil, at all temperatures in daylight conditions. Right, in 2006, it's thermite that can be purchased on eBay. In July 2006, it's super thermite. In August 2006, it's thermate. In January 2007, it's thermate plus something else. In June 2007, it's spray-on thermite. In July 2007, it was thermite and couldn't be because it was missing some ingredients. So it was
thermite, yeah, because it was missing. So they call it thermite analog.
Yep. In 2008, it was nano-enhanced thermite. In 2009, it was nanothermite. We can all agree that nanothermite was used. Yeah. And then in 2009 it became nanothermitic material. So the truth movement...
Yeah, it became nanothermitic material that they found because they didn't find thermite.
Yeah.
You know what the nanothermitic material is? Remember how, with my chocolate chip cookie story, the buildings turned to dust. Most of them turned to dust, so therefore you can find every constituent of the building in there. The building was made out of steel with aluminum cladding, the main, structural element. Steel is, the majority of it's iron. That with, other doodads in it like chromium and things like that. So if you turn that to dust, if you take all the atoms apart, what are you going to have? You're going to have very small pieces of iron that in atmospheric conditions are going to instantly rust. You're going to have a whole bunch of rust, a whole bunch of iron oxide. And then the aluminum cladding turns to dust, you have aluminum powder and iron oxide. Those are ingredients of thermite. So you have thermitic material. It's small, so you have nanothermitic material. That's not nanothermite. I do not disagree with their finding. Remember, they're getting you to assume the wrong problem. I don't agree.
Yep.
I don't disagree with their quote, Bentham paper, they call it peer review, that nanothermitic material was found there. Yeah, aluminum powder and iron oxide. Yeah, I agree. That was in the dust. If it wasn't, we'd have something more seriously wrong here. Because we saw the building turn to dust.